And welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much, man, for joining me on the final game of 2025. Let's see what we got, man. We got the Rams and the Falcons. Rams, unfortunately, are not going to have a chance at the number one seed anymore. Just a week ago, man, they're looking like the best team in football. That has obviously changed, and now the Falcons are going to try to play a little bit of spoiler, man. But hopefully, you're doing well. And all right, we got Kirk Cousins here under center here. There might have been a fumble, but it was called down. So, heck yeah. We got Eben. What's going on? Hand off to the right. Bijan Robinson picking up a yard on the play. So sorry, Dave. This is the last game stream this year. I can. No! So I'll see you in a couple days, right? Even what's going on, brother? Man, thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. Captain Mickey Mouse, go Rams. All right. Got one for the Rams. I like it. I like it. All right. So we got 2nd and 9. Kirk in the shotgun, running back to his right here. Robinson breaking a couple tackles, getting it down to the 30. Picks up 2 on 2nd down. Yeah, just a few days. I like that. I like the joke, man. I like the joke. I'm not gonna lie. For once again, I was just like, "What did I do? Can I offer you a cookie? I got cookies, man. Stick around. Stick around." All right, Kirk in the shotgun, running back to his left there. Looks, throws, pressure, and that's gonna be incomplete. Looks like he was intended there for Kyle Pitts. Could not get anything on that one. Oh, sorry. No, Drake London, number 5. Ooh, Forbes with great coverage there, man. Nearly picked that one off. Will you please accept our cookies? Nice try there, Dave. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I didn't bake any brownies today, man. All right, punt is away. Nice punt. Moving them all the way back to the 10. And reversing field. There's already a flag there, so I'm assuming this one's going to be coming back. Great return across the 40 down to the 41. But we will see what the flag is. It came pretty early, almost as soon as he caught the punt. David! Hello, got done walking the dog. Let's go. Hopefully the doggo's doing well, man. All right, penalty will be against the Rams, so that'll wipe away a great return by Smith. Oh, nice. What breed is he or she? There we go. All right. Rams are going to be pinned deep in their own territory, just outside the 5 there. Handoff, and picks up about 4 yards there down to the 14. Sorry, down to the 9. All right. Stafford under center, little play action, rolling out to his right, trying to find somebody, cannot, and throws it deep down the field, but nowhere near a receiver, so incomplete. I think I'll root for the Rams just for Matthew, though. That's fair. I feel like a lot of people were doing that when they went to the Super Bowl a couple years ago against the old Bengals there. I feel like not many people were rooting for the Rams, but they were rooting for Matthew Stafford to get a ring. All right, we got 3rd and 7. Stafford in the shotgun. Quick throw to the left side. And that's going to be a nice little slant route for maybe a first down. That is the rookie Mumpfield. Yeah, I think the last time we had the Rams, it was that Seattle game on Thursday. Man, absolutely wild. That was the one with the 2-point conversion that was kind of overturned. Originally, it was considered an incomplete pass and a fumble recovered by Charbonnet. And obviously, Seattle going into overtime, winning that one. Yeah, so they originally marked Mumpfield for a first down, but his knee is clearly down before, so it'll be 4th and short. But David, even what was how was your Monday, man? How was it? Work, school, how was it going? Let me know. Let me know. Luckily, I had off today, so I just had to prepare. Just had to prepare for this. It's one of the few days where I did not actually have to do anything outside of just trying to catch up on some sleep a little bit, just a little bit. All right, Rams are gonna punt this one away. So defense is winning early through the first set of drives here. Punt is away. It'll be fair caught at around the 35 for the Falcons. Great no school because I forgot winter break. My bad. So great Monday. Looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going to spend the night with my sister's house and play some video games with her. Oh heck yeah, dude! Right on. Always a good time with some family. Also, what video games, man? Yeah, my video games are usually either sports games, FIFA, Madden, a little bit of college football, and then if I go kind of anything else, it's usually like a long storyline, kind of like a Spider-Man kind of stuff, or things where it's like there's a story to it that you can kind of develop as you go along. Yeah, so coming into this game, there aren't many playoff implications. The Falcons have been eliminated, but I guess, a win here could technically affect them, or at least their division, because the Buccaneers need. Not only do the Buccaneers need to win next week against Carolina, but they also need the Falcons to lose this game. What is intentional grounding? I keep hearing people talk about it, but I have not a great explanation of it. Minecraft and some VAR. Oh, okay, right on. So intentional grounding is basically when the quarterback gets rid of the ball because he's trying to avoid a sack. To avoid intentional grounding, the quarterback has to do three things. One, he has to get outside the tackle box, which sounds weird, but it basically, where's the left tackle and where's the right tackle. So the quarterback needs to be out of in between those guys. So he can't be inside the tackle box. So he has to roll out to his left, or sorry, to the right or the left. And then the other two is the ball has to travel past the line of scrimmage So basically where the snap happened. And then finally there has to be a receiver kinda in the general direction. Kinda. So those three things. All right, toss to the left. And Bijan picks up a good chunk there, picks up 5 yards. So yeah, quarterback has to be outside the tackle box, needs to get the ball at least to the line of scrimmage or past it. And then finally, there has to be a receiver within the general vicinity. If he doesn't do one of those, they can throw a flag for intentional grounding. So hopefully that helps. And I think the Falcons are going to get caught there for a false start. Yeah, that's going to be the veteran Lidstrom jumping. Thanks, that makes more sense now. Heck yeah, dude, I got you. Yeah, so typically the one that referees will typically give a quarterback a break on is the one for the intended receiver. Sometimes some referees they're like the guy has to be at least within 5 to 7 yards. Some referees are like, he was kind of in that direction. Maybe he might have been 12 yards away, but we'll consider that the intended receiver. But the first two are typically kind of hard line, typically. And throws it over the middle, and he gets a first down. The Falcons moving the chains. And that is Silas, another player that we I think the last time we had the Falcons on the channel, Silas had a pretty nice game. Also, Kirk, he's been having a pretty good season, to be honest with you. He's only been the starting quarterback for about a month now, maybe a month and a half. And he is definitely he's definitely looked a lot better than he did last year. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 48-yard line. Atlanta on the move here. Play action, pressure up the gut, and the ball is going to be incomplete. Robinson, the intended receiver. So, and that's that throw right there. If Robinson was not in that vicinity, that probably could have been intentional grounding because Kirk Cousins was still very much inside the tackle box and stuff like that. So you can kind of see there, but obviously the ball traveled past the line of scrimmage, and there's clearly a receiver that he was trying to get it to. So no flag. All right, Kirk in the pistol, hands off to the right side, and Tyler Algier picks up 2 down to the 50. Eben, I've changed my mind. I want the Falcons to win. Okay. All right, but I got to hold you to it now. I got to hold you to it. All right, we got 9:45 on the clock. 9:45, clock is running. All right, we got 3rd and 8. Kirk in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looking, has a little bit of time, throws to the left, and got a man there, and will be in Rams territory down near the 37. I believe that was Darnell Mooney with a nice little catch and scamper. Falcons, final answer. I like it. And the throw to the left side, trying to get it to Moody, but incomplete. Kirko needed to get that one out real quick, man. Pressure up the middle. Yeah, it's going to be interesting what the Falcons do, man. We'll see if they stick with Raheem Morris for this season. Hand off to Robinson, bouncing it to the left, and we'll get it down near the 30-yard line, setting up a 3rd and short for the Falcons here. All right, Kirko, no huddle here in the shotgun, running back to his right. He's got two receivers stacked up on that left side. Looking to the left, throws to the left, got a man wide open down to the 10 and out of bounds near the 9. And I believe that is Silas once again. He's definitely been one of Kirk's more trusted targets, especially on situations like this, on like third down. We saw that in that game where they had that massive comeback in the fourth quarter. All right, first and goal from the 9. Kirk under center, hand it off to the right. Robinson makes a man miss and gets it down to the 3-yard line. And Bijan Robinson, the man who is leading the NFL in scrimmage yards, keeps on just eating up the yardage here tonight, man. He's looking good. And the Falcons are going to need to do this exact stuff right here, man, on this play. They're going to need to be able to run the ball consistently, man, because you do not want Kirk Cousins dropping back, 30, 35, 40 times against this Rams front 7, man. Toss to the right, makes a nice cut, and they're still going to be able to bring him down. Might have actually lost about a half a yard on that one. Yeah, just with all the talent that they have on this front 7, man. Like, got Braden Foskey, Puna Ford, the big man, nose tackle over the middle. You got Kobe Turner, the guy who can rack up freaking sacks in a hurry. And Leighton Edmond, who's been a pretty big leader for them this season. Kirk in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looks, throws, scans, and he's got a man. Touchdown. Bijan Robinson with a nice little route there, catching it on the right side of the end zone. And the Falcons punching it in. All right, we got 6:11 left in the first here, and the Falcons are able to put the points up first. Silas more of a main receiver or more of a clutch receiver? He's definitely a backup. He's mostly like their slot guy, so kind of not the guy, not usually not the guy all the way to the outside. He's kind of the guy that's just in between the tackle and the outside receiver. And I would say kind of clutch, man. He's developing that for sure. The previous game that we had the Falcons on, he caught, I think it was like 3 or 4 passes either on third or fourth down. So Kirk Cousins definitely trusting him to make plays, and the extra point was good as well. So 7. Also, David, appreciate you getting that bot, my man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. Silas is one of those guys. He kind of reminds me of like those like smaller receivers that don't always get like a. I'm trying to think like a Danny Woodhead, who was more of like a running back, I guess, in his time with the Chargers and the Patriots, but definitely could be in the slot. Wes Welker. Trying to think of like those kinds of guys that may not have the incredible size or the catch radius of like a T Higgins or Jamar Chase, but can definitely make some really nice routes, crisp routes, and catch some big time balls. Don't clip that. And then David, did you give me your prediction, my man? Who you got tonight? Did you? I think you said you picked the Rams. I think. Let me know, my dude. Wasn't planning on it. I forgot to say I picked the Rams. I don't have any access to the video feed of the game tonight. Boo! Oh, dang, dude. Well, I'll try to be a little bit extra descriptive. So caught right at the goal line, and Whittington takes a knee, and that'll send out the offensive unit here, man. Have you seen Tom's NFC North Christmas yet? It is hilarious. Ooh, I have not, man. I have not. Um, yeah, when it comes to other creators, I always like to like their videos and subscribe to their channel. But when it comes to watching their stuff, I always don't, just because, especially if it's like really close to what I'm doing, which obviously, or I should say, Tom does basically. We do the almost the same stuff. I try not to watch too much, just because like I don't want to be influenced by their stuff. I want to try to bring my own ideas to it. That's the only reason. Throws to the left, and it's going to be batted away by Ellis. Getting up there, man. Pass was intended for Puka Nacua, going towards that left sideline. But yeah, Tom's skits are always good, man. You can tell he loves doing those, man. That might be one of his, if not his favorite thing to do. I think he's said that potentially in the past, outside of like interacting with people. To the right side, and that goes right through the hands of Parkinson there. Yeah, Stafford hit him in stride, but Parkinson unable to hold on to that one. It goes right through his freaking hands. Come on, man. He was running a nice little go route there down the right sideline. No worries. It is what it is. And then even fair enough. There's a funny line from the Bears. Ooh, I like it. I like it. And Stafford running, throws it down the field, has a man to the 50, to the 45, able to tiptoe down the left sideline, and the Rams are going to be in Falcons territory down near the 43, it looks like. Lions, we get nothing this year. Bears, oh yeah, we must have stolen it like we did your division and OC. Oh, ooh, burn, man, burn. That's good. That's a good line. All right, they're saying Smith stepped out of bounds near the 47. So 1st and 10 from there. And Blake Corum able to get skinny and picks up about 4, maybe 5 there. That's a good line, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's a cold line. All right. Jumbo said here. Blake Corum gets another carry up the gut, and he picks up another 4 yards, setting up a 3rd and 1 for the Rams. Yeah, so Devontae Adams obviously not healthy enough to play in this game. He had that hamstring injury from a couple weeks ago. Stafford looks, throws, and he finds his reliable target, Puka Nacua, up the middle there. Nice little slant route. Yeah, it looks like the safety kind of went towards the flat. That opened up the middle. It's pretty good coverage there by the Falcons. So just a great throw, great catch. All right, 1st and 10 from the 28. Stafford under center, single back in the backfield. We got a 3 tight end set here. Hands it off. Blake Corum, patient, running to the right side, and we'll get it down near the 25, it looks like. Parker Curry, Sunday Night Football is Ravens versus Steelers. Yes, it is, man. Should be a really good one. Whoever wins that one goes to the playoff. And whoever doesn't, they're going to stay home in January. All right, Stafford under center, rolling out to his right, hits one of his tight ends there. It looks like Allen picks up another 2 or 3 yards, maybe. It was hard when Detroit lost the Rams. I don't like hearing the name Puka Nacua. It's mostly a joke. It's fine. That's fair. But he did play great during the last. Oh, man, dude. Puka. Yeah, man. Especially when he's healthy, man. When he is healthy. And he's dealt with some injuries throughout his career for sure. Just he's such a physical receiver. He tends to miss some time. Or it seems like almost every year. But when he's healthy, man, he is one of the best in the NFL. And they're actually going to get the Falcons for a face mask on Puka. So that'll give the Rams a 1st and 10 from the 20 here. Stafford under center. Little play action. Nice. Gets it out to the tight end. Parkinson picks up about 4 down to the 16. So the Rams right now, man, they are in a big, and I mean physically big set. They're basically running a 2 to 3 tight end set over the last, I would say, 5 or 6 plays. Yeah, really, Puka has been the only receiver out there usually, or if there is another one, it's usually 1 or 2 receivers. Otherwise, it's always been about 2 tight ends, like right now. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, single back in the backfield. Stafford under center, rolls out to his left at the play action, looking, and it's not going to be able to find anybody down the field, so incomplete. 3rd and 5 coming up. Hey, Puka, we were just talking about you. All good things. Puka's like, what'd you say? What'd you say about me, man? All right, 4 receiver set. Quick throw to the right side, and that's going to pick up 4 out of the 5 that they needed on 3rd down. We'll see if the Rams are aggressive, if they go for it here, or do they just kick the field goal to try to cut into this deficit. All right, ball at the 11, up the middle, and it goes nowhere, and the Rams get absolutely stuffed on that one. Lose 2 yards on 4th and 1, and Atlanta's defense, man, holding up. Woo! Yeah, that was Kyron Williams who was running right up the middle there and just got absolutely annihilated there by, let me see, number 92. Who the heck is this? Actually, Number 92 is a practice squad elevated guy, Khalid Kareem, outside linebacker. It's a big outside linebacker right there. Jesus. All right, I think after that, the ball needs to be in a timeout there, just for a little bit, because that was a rough play by the Rams, man. Yeah, I think as David says, we're gonna put the ball on the helmet rack, right there. Ball needs a timeout, man, just to cool down, after that hot defensive play right there. And according to Tyrion Wack, Atlanta Falcon digital team reporter, Kareem is a practice squad elevated. He was elevated tonight for the game. So already, man, making a freaking play. One of the biggest play of the game so far made by a practice squad elevated player. I like it. Yes. Yeah, I just realized you added another pennant. I did, man. I did. Falcons run it right up the middle with Robinson. He picks up about 4 on that one. But yeah, man, I got this one. I went to the game a couple days ago. I didn't get a chance to put it up yesterday, man, because I got home so freaking late, and um, then as soon as I woke up, I started working on the Sunday stuff, trying to get it all set up, and I completely forgot about it. It was in the car the entire day yesterday. All right, Kirko throws to the left, gets it out to Robinson, makes a man miss, gets a first down, and that's going to be picking up 8 yards for the Falcons there. Nice little screen there on the left side. Yeah, you can't really tell by the color, but it's the throwback. It's the blue with a little bit of like a goldish brown color to it. I liked it. All right, man. That is the end of the first. Right now, the Falcons looking good in this game, man. They have the only set of points, and on top of that, their defense able to hold the Rams to a able to stop the Rams on a 4th down in the red zone. Yeah, there's a few other things that I was able to pick up during the game, and I'm gonna try to add it this week, hopefully this week, to the wall here. I'm just trying to find room for it. I think eventually over the next, probably by next season, I'm gonna have to probably move this painting somewhere else. I just got to figure out where, and then I'll be able to add a few more things from the things that I collect so far. There's a couple other things, but I had to research what a darkness retreat was after watching your video, and after reading an article. Your sketch is way more hilarious. Thank you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm hoping to do more things like that. especially in the off season. I hope to be able to do that. Um, yep. Yeah, because especially in this day and age, so many players are like very open about their personal lives, and you learn that they do some strange stuff, some very strange stuff. Hopefully, it only keeps to like weird things like darkness retreats and not anything weirder. But yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for watching that skit, man. All right, Kirko in the pistol hands it off to Tyler Algier, their power back. He's able to pick up about 3 or 4 yards. Uh oh. We almost had a we had a little dust up there for a second there. Some shoving, but it's all back here. So Kirk under center. Algier, the lone back in the backfield, able to break a tackle in the backfield and gets it right at the marker. That'll be a first down run for the Falcons. All right, we got 1st and 10 here. Kirk toss to the left. And Algier able to make some adjustments, make a man miss, and he will pick up about 3 on the carry. Yeah, when you're able to keep Robinson on the sideline and still have one of the better backs in the NFL, that's it's an underrated and underappreciated role in my opinion. Man, Algier is a really good running back. All right, Kirko in the pistol, play action, rolling out to his right, gets it out to Kyle Pitts, makes a man miss, and will pick up about 5 yards there, setting up a 3rd and 2. All right, Kirk throws to the right, and Drake London able to catch it for a first down. A quick little out route there by Drake going towards the right sideline. All right, Rams showing pressure here. They got 6 guys on the line. Kirk is gonna use a timeout here. Play clock was running down on him. Stops the clock at 11:45 here in the second. 11:45. You want to know something weird? I just realized. Imagine the month of the year and the line going right to left. January on the right and December on the left. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. Yeah, never thought about that, man. Hmm. See, Monday thoughts right there. Oh, and don't forget, guys, at halftime I will be giving my predictions. I got the old the old graphics all set up and everything, so we'll definitely talk about those. Mundane or Monday? Couldn't quite tell which. Sorry, Monday, not mundane. I feel like if I said that, that'd be kind of rude. No, the Monday days, Monday thoughts. I got you, man. I got you. Yeah, to me, I always feel like, especially Monday, man, just because there's so much going on. You're coming back from the weekend, so when you have all the brain power just kind of into the like just thinking about things. That's what I feel like. All right, hands off to the left, and Robinson getting it down near the 50-yard line, picks up about 3 there. In my head, I picture the calendar year like a circle with December, January on the bottom, going kind of clockwise through the rest of the month in order. Oh, okay. Interesting. Kind of like a almost like a sundial kind of thing. We got 2nd and 7 here. Ball at the 50. Kirko in the pistol. Running back behind him there. Single receiver to the left. Hands it off to Robinson. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. Makes another man miss. Breaks another tackle, but is still somehow only good for about 3 yards. Not all gains are equal, man, because that was probably the amount of guys that he made miss was probably worth a 10-yard run. Look at this. Great stop right there. Stopping on the dime. Nice little shake and bake right here. And then finally able to fight through a tackle with Kitchens. All right, we got 3rd and 4 here, and they're going to get the Falcons for jumping a little early there. False start. It's on the right tackle. Dave, you put your left hand up for 2 seconds if you think the Packers are cooler than the Bears. There's no reason for this request. 2. All right. I did it for 2 seconds because if I did it for 3, then it would be the opposite of what I mean. I counted. Eben Bros breaking ankles but can't break the tackle. Ooh. I like that. I like that. 3rd and 9. Throws to the right side, and that's going to be incomplete. Looks like Kirko and Kyle Pitts not on the same page. As soon as they went to back to Kirk Cousins there, he was just like, dude, what do you like? Back shoulder throw. Back shoulder throw. Oh, man, the Falcons missing an opportunity here to try to take advantage of the Rams there. This is still the drive after the Rams got stopped on 4th down. All right, going to be fair caught inside the 15. FYI, do Stegosaurus. I put my left hand up. There we go. Heck yeah, man. I need support. Cannot be the only one. But did you do it for only 2 seconds, though? Did you count? Let me do it for 2 seconds right now to take my overtime back. There we go. There we go. Oh, yeah, man. Papa Eben. Is he watching the game? I'm not actually sure. Let me check. Here we go. Yeah, dude, on that 4th down run, dude, freaking Williams had zero chance. All right, we got 1st and 10 here. Stafford under center, single back in the backfield. And another, looks like another 2 tight end set here. Hand off to the right side, and Williams nearly able to break one. Still able to pick up about 4 or 5, but if he would have been able to get past that defender, man, could have gone off for some big yardage. Look at this. Woo! All right, Rams again in a 3 tight end set. Handoff up the gut, and pick up is 2 yards there down to the 18. 3rd and 3. Yeah, so it seems like the Rams are very much trying to run the ball with some power, man. They're basically in the jumbo set for most of this game. I know they're without Devontae Adams, so you know their depth there, especially at the top of the receiver position, has not been great. All right, 3 receivers bunched up to the left. Stafford stays in the pocket, over the middle, and he's intercepted, overthrows the ball to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Atlanta! Ooh! And that is the former Cincinnati Bengal, Jesse Bates. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Once again, Stafford overthrowing Muntfield on that one, and Jesse Bates just said, thank you, and then took it all the way to the end zone. And that is now back-to-back nights with a pick 6, baby. Let's go. Let's go. No, my dad's not watching the game. Let's go. Seastrom. This just not been a good break half of the year for my picks. I've been struggling to get above 500. I'm sorry, my man. Extra point is good as well. Falcons jumping on top of the Rams here, man. We got 8:30 left in the second quarter, and they are up 14-0. Turnover counter, 1. Also, good morning, Seastrom. Good morning, good morning. David, oh, I missed seeing a pick six, but pick six, woo! Woo! Ever since the Lions-Vikings game, there has been at least one interception every game I have tuned in for. I mean, there's a correlation, and I like it, man. We gotta have you in here every time. So, especially for the Bears, and if the Packers and the Bears go up against each other in the playoffs, hopefully the Bears, that means they're going to be throwing a couple picks. Seastrom did not pick the Falcons to win this. We'll see if I'm going to regret that. I mean, the Falcons, once again, their defense has been solid for most of the season. They've had a couple games for sure where they gave up way too many points, but their pass rush has been a lot better this season than in years past. The secondary has been doing better. Obviously, we saw Bates there with a nice little interception, pick six. And then, weirdly enough, man, their offense with Kirk has gotten better as well, which I was not expecting. I think when they went to Kirk after the injury to oh my God, I'm forgetting his name, but their young quarterback there, after he went down with an injury, I was like, oh, their season is over. They're not going to win any more games. Kirk looked terrible last season. I think before they benched him, he was leading the NFL in interceptions. But this year, man, maybe he was coming off that nasty ankle injury, that Achilles injury after leaving Minnesota, so maybe the extra year got him a little bit healthy, able to get a little bit stronger in certain areas. That might be obviously the difference for Kirk this year. Just an extra year to recover. And he's looked good, man. Look good. David, in useless random news, my sister is vacationing in Corpus Christi, Texas. Oh, heck yeah, dude. Right on. I hope she's doing well, man. Hopefully she's enjoying herself. Also, if you don't mind me asking, why Corpus, Texas? To the 20, and Whittington brought down near the 24. Eben, when your team needs an interception, who you gonna call? Turnover, Eben. I like that. If my team needs a turnover, I call Baker Mayfield because he bakes turnovers. Okay, bad joke. I'll bench myself. Go in the corner. Think about what you did. All right, 1st and 10, ball. They spotted at the 25. All right. Play action. Stafford looking, throws it over the middle, gets to one of his tight ends, picks up 5 down to the 30. Takes this because she wants to get away from the cold Midwest. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Yeah, no, the temperature in my area over the next couple days. Today it is 15 degrees. It feels like -1. And then the hottest day for the next 5 days is 7 degrees before the wind chill is accounted for. Handoff. Corum tries to get to the left side, but it's going to be wrapped up after a gain of 2. The Falcons doing a heck of a job keeping the Rams running game in check. All right, y'all. Somebody clip that. Oh, man. Stafford lofts one up to the left side. He's got a man, and it's caught. And, Did he fumble it? Okay, no. He was down by contact. So a big, big play for the Rams gets them in Atlanta territory finally. And I don't think I've seen this guy before. I think actually no, Ferguson. Yeah, he had a decent game the last time we had the Rams against the Seahawks. He was the number one guy because I think Parkinson was out for that game or he was struggling. But that is the rookie Terrence Ferguson. Second round pick out of Oregon. All right, 1st and 10 from the 40. And looks like Blake Corum trying to break a couple tackles. He's going to be wrapped up after a gain of 2. Had a lot of space, man, but he started to kind of jumping around to try to make somebody miss. But it's just like, just run forward, man. Just run. Falcons doing a great job of rallying to the running back there. All right, Stafford throws to the left, and it's caught by Puka Nacua inside the 5. High pointing that bad boy. And the coverage was not bad by Atlanta, but a heck of a throw. But there is a late flag coming in here. Oh my gosh. It's against the Rams. Illegal formation. And they're going to get DJ Humphries, one of the tackles there. So that wipes away a great freaking catch by Puka Nacua that would have gotten them inside the 5 for a 1st and goal. Yep. Tackle was lined up too far back. Remember, the tackles their helmets have to be at least lined up with the hip of the center there, and it was not. And run to the right side, and Corum only good for about a yard, maybe 2. No, once the moment gets to it, doesn't stop. And Blake Corum comes off the field limping there. Looks like he might have injured his right ankle. Able to get all the way to the bench. That's hopefully a good sign, but it's not good. All right, Stafford in the shotgun. Kyron Williams to the right there. He's got a single receiver on the right, throws to the left, and it goes right through the hands of Puka Nacua. That ball was way, way shorter than it needed to be. That was a low throw there by Stafford. And it'll be 4th down. Yeah, it looks like one of the Atlanta defenders landed on top of Blake Corum's right ankle. So, all right, caught, and Whittington able to down it right at the 1. A heck of a job by the punter there, man. Able to pin the Falcons deep in their own territory. All right, we got 4:11 left in the first half here. 4:11. Someone help me. My friend just texted me saying earlier I was with the cats and there was a kitten on my lap and stole my lap and made biscuits the whole time. Have no idea. I'm still trying to figure out what happened to the first cat. You know what? Even I trust you. You handle it the best you can. Um, and I support you, man. Whatever you decide, however you decide to respond to that, I support you. Let's just make sure the cats are okay. Making biscuits, the cat is kneading their paws on their legs. Oh. They flex their paws as they move them back and forth. Oh. Did not know. Interesting. Interesting. Honestly, I probably would have said the same thing. Dude, I still cannot believe the Buccaneers are 7-9, dude. They were 6-2 through the first 8 games, man. They've gone 1-7 since then. To go 2 months with winning just one game, man, that is wild. Kirko takes the snap and just falls forward, trying to gain just a little extra room on the QB sneak there. Gets it down near the 2. Excuse me. And it's going to be a handoff. Bijan hit in the backfield, but is going to be able to get it to the line of scrimmage. So no loss of downs there. That's actually, Tyler Algier with a carry. This next play right here is going to be huge for the Rams, man. If they can hold the Falcons to a minimal gain, the punt is going to be. There's a chance that they can return this one and get it in Falcons territory to start this next offensive drive for LA. They need some momentum, man. They're going to need to have a short field here because they are not looking great on offense after they can't seem to run the ball really well, and their passing game has been a little hit or miss. And there's going to be a delay of game on the Falcons, dude. How the heck do you allow that to happen? The only good news is they're not going to lose 5 yards. They can only lose about half a distance to the goal. So that's literally just about a yard. All right, so Blake Corum is questionable to return with an ankle injury. He's heading to the locker room now. Handoff, and Bijan able to pick up about 2 there. And the clock is going to continue to run. It looks like the Rams are going to be okay with just letting it get to the 2-minute warning. They're going to keep all 3 of their timeouts, it looks like. Even funny story about 3 or 4 months ago, middle schooler walked up to me and asked, "Where were you alive when the Dead Sea was just sick?" Huh. Wow. I think that's a good joke. That kid made a good joke. I like it. Where the Falcons are about to punt it away here to the Rams. Whoa. Able to get the punt away. Wasn't blocked. That's a big one. Ooh, great punt. Moving them to the 35. And getting it across the 45 down to the 47. So the Rams are going to have some decent field position. 1:48 left on the clock. I like to think at a minimum I am part Stegosaurus. And David, to me, you're good enough to be a full Stegosaurus, man. And Stafford looks, launching one deep to the left, and it's intercepted again. Jesse Bates, unbelievable. We do have a flag in the secondary, though. Sorry, not Bates. This is Watts. My bad. But it does look like it's going to be on the Rams, though, from the way that they're celebrating and the way Matthew Stafford is shaking his head. And Matthew Stafford's second interception of the second quarter here is going to stand. And that is the rookie Xavier Watts, the other safety. Able to pick off Matthew Stafford. Looks like the Rams were trying to get a big chunk here on the first play of the drive, and they end up getting burned again. Turnover count. Two, baby. It's going to be a run to the right side. Robinson breaking loose. He's to the 30, and he's loose to the 50, to the 40, 30, 35, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Bijan Robinson. Woo-wee. Unbe-freaking-leavable, man. I thought there was a safety that was going to get him. And I was like, to the 30, 35. I was like, nope, that's not, no, he's not going backwards. Unbelievable, man. Bijan Robinson taking a handoff to the right, breaks a tackle after about 3 yards, and then it was just a freaking foot race, and nobody got him. The dirty birds dancing all over the Rams right now. Woo! That man is gone. Yes, he is. David, what is this game? Looking like a blowout. That's what it's looking like. Oh. And the extra point is good. Wow. 1:28 left in the second quarter, man. Actually, that was wrong. Robinson broke 2 tackles on his way to the end zone. 21-0. 138 yards at halftime. Very good numbers for a running back. 100%. Even throw back to earlier when the game was 0-0, and I said, I don't know why, but I want the Falcons to win this game. You called it, man. Falcons are looking good. The only thing that's saving the Rams is how explosive they can be. We'll see if they can turn things around in the second half, because otherwise it's going to be looking rough, man. They can't run the ball, man. The Rams cannot run the ball, and now Stafford has thrown 2 interceptions, one of them being obviously brought back for a pick 6. Hot dang, dude. Also, really don't feel good about picking the Rams to win. Sorry, Seastrom. Like I said, they have a chance, man. We've seen teams already this season come back from being down 21. I think we saw the Broncos come back from being down 27 points. I think, basically in coming into the fourth quarter. So it's definitely possible, especially the Rams. They like Hall of Fame quarterback Puka Nakua can easily go off for 120 plus yards. We've seen him break off some big runs or catch and go off for some big after the catch. And then on top of that, the Rams front 7 can get to the quarterback and maybe get a turnover here. So it's not over by any means, but it is not looking good for the Rams right now, man. All of the momentum is with Atlanta. Yeah, that was a 93 yard touchdown run. Look at that. Nice little tackle, nice little broken tackle there. Kobe Turner can't bring him down, and then it was just a foot race after that. Punt is away. Kick is away, sorry. Whittington catching it, getting it across the 20, and it's going to be stopped up around the 26. Most scrimmage yards before the age of 24, and Bijan Robinson has just surpassed Barry Sanders and Christian McCaffrey with the first half that he has had here tonight. Stafford in the shotgun, looking, throws, and he finds Puka Nakua for a gain of 7 there. Kind of want the Rams to mess up the kick off and hand it over to the Falcons again. That would have been hilarious. 2nd and 8. Stafford looking, throws, has a man open to the 40, 45, and down near the 46. And I believe that is the rookie Mumfield. Eben agreed that would push the turnover count to 3. Stafford looking in the shotgun, has some time, throwing it deep to the left, and it's overthrown, incomplete. Great coverage by Atlanta, man. They're looking good. The secondary is holding up. Seastrom, all I want for Christmas is to see Bijan Robinson. Yeah, you're certainly seeing plenty of him. Yeah, man, at this point, he's going to be threatening to go for 300 yards, man. All right. Weirdly enough, it looks like Atlanta used the timeout here. 35 seconds. Stafford looks, throw, no! And he is brought down for a sack. Was about to let go of that ball and held on to it instead. I think the coverage has been great for Atlanta. Let's see where he was trying to throw that ball potentially. Oh, yeah. He was trying to throw it to the out route there, but once again, the coverage was tight, so he had to hold on to it. And Arojo able to bring him down for a sack. I'm not going to lie. I think I nailed that name, too. Clock is running, and the Rams are just going to say, you know what, dude, let's just go into halftime. Let's figure out what the heck is going on here. Take that, Stafford. Oh man, dude! I thought you wanted him to win. That's fair. I think you did say you changed to the Falcons there, but oof, oof, just an absolute beatdown right now by the Falcons. I don't know. I appreciate what he did for the Lions, but he can lose for once. Oh, ooh. I mean, to be fair, he lost quite a bit when he was with the Lions. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Had to do it. Had to do it. Had to get one joke in. Had to get one joke in. He lost more than once while in Detroit. No, it's fair. That's fair. Whew. And then Steve, what's going on? Well, nobody expected this to happen. Definitely not, man. I expected it to be a little bit closer than what maybe some people were saying. Like some people were like favoring the Rams to win by like almost double digits. I didn't see that. I like the way that the Falcons have been playing on offense. They've been competitive. They've been putting up points, and on top of that, their defense has been improving almost every single week. They've been getting a little bit better here and there, man. And but I was definitely not expecting this. Yeah, that is about as perfect of a first half as you can have. Maybe you could tack on an extra field goal on one of those Falcon punt drives, but still being up 21-0 at the half, it's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, man. So let's get to a segment that I hope to do a little bit more in the playoffs, and hope to add this almost permanently to the streams next season. Hopefully, its own dedicated kind of video. But we are gonna do predictions, baby. But actually, hold on. Actually, let me move this off to the side here. Boom. Let's go. You got this, Dave. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Dave, if this score hits 28-3 before the boy, oh boy, you bringing up 28-3. I think you might have just cursed the Falcons, man. I think you might have just cursed the Falcons. All right. So, starting up here at the top. So we're going to be doing this almost like in chronological order or when the games are happening, but go from there. All right. Eben, let's go. So if Atlanta wins today and win next week and Tampa wins against the Panthers, who will go to the playoffs? Yes, if Atlanta wins tonight and Tampa beats the Panthers, Tampa Bay goes to the playoffs. And if Atlanta wins, if Atlanta loses, and I think if Tampa wins, they still go to the playoffs, or maybe Carolina will still go to the playoffs. I don't know. It's weird. I think the way that they were describing it yesterday was a little bit confusing, but I'm pretty sure regardless of what Atlanta does tonight, I think it'll still be a winner take all next week for the Carolina Panthers and the Buccaneers. So I think so. Yeah, I'll double check that once we get through the old predictions here. But welcome to the first predictions of the season. No better time to do it than heading into the final week of the regular season, right? All right, baby. So starting at the top here, who is gonna win the NFC South? These teams have done an incredible job, have been fighting tooth and nail to not freaking win this division. Over the last 2 months, man, these teams, I guarantee you, whether it was Tampa or Carolina, if these teams potentially won 1 or 2 extra games in their last 8, this game would not matter. It would not. Carolina would have either already locked up the playoff position 2 weeks ago, or Tampa Bay would have already locked it up a week ago. But these teams don't seem to want to be able to finish it. So anyway, but I am going to be picking the Carolina Panthers to get it done against Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. I just don't. The way Tampa has played, man, they almost look sad when they lose. Carolina, they're like, we might win, but if we lose, we're used to that too. So I just think having that little extra of like, you know what, we're just happy to be playing. I think that's gonna make a difference. So I think Carolina's gonna get the win next week, and they're gonna be headed to the playoffs. I think the Alabama Crimson Tide come in and steal the NFC. You know what? I think the NFL would accept it. I think we would all be like, you know what? That's fair. The Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Let's put in Alabama, or heck, you know what? We'll throw in Georgia in there maybe too, just for funsies. But yeah, so I think the Carolina Panthers are gonna be able to win this one. So next is another division potential winner, and I think. Oh yeah, and both of these teams, unless the Rams do something here tonight, the next matchup will be deciding who is the number 1 seed in the NFC. And I am gonna go with, and it pains me to say it, the San Francisco 49ers, man. They have a chance to play at home for every single playoff game, not just in the NFC, the road to the Super Bowl. They will have a chance to host a playoff game, a Super Bowl matchup in their own home stadium, and that'll be interesting if that happens, man. Hopefully it doesn't. But yeah, so I think the 49ers are going to win that one. I just trust their offense right now. They look great over the last couple games. Brock Purdy's looking great, and that defense, despite all the injuries, are making enough of a difference on that side of the ball to be able to kind of close the gap for the Seattle Seahawks. All right, next is actually going to be against these Falcons that we're watching versus the Saints. And despite Atlanta for how they have looked tonight, I think Shuck is going to continue to win games for New Orleans, and they're going to end the season on a nice little winning streak, getting some momentum next season, and we'll see if they can finish off the year, man. But I think they're going to win next week against Atlanta. Steve, the NFC South and the AFC North are just trying so hard to give each other a chance. I can't believe Rodgers' career could end in the regular season. Yeah, man. If the Ravens knock him off, man, it's over for Aaron, man, which would be disappointing, I think, a little bit. Be a little bit underwhelming, but I don't know, it'd be kind of cool to see if Lamar and the Ravens can get things turned around. We've seen one team last year that coming into the playoffs there was a talk of, is their head coach going to be fired? And that was obviously Nick Sirianni and the Eagles. Let's see if another bird team can turn it around, because right now Jim Harbaugh being talked about is he going to be fired after this season? Is Lamar Jackson done with the Ravens? There's so much going on, but if they can make the playoffs, starting with a win with the Steelers, and can go on a run, that can change a lot of narratives for them next season. So, all right, next one: Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals, and I am going to go with neither of them win. All right, I'm not putting a W on any of these teams. All right, they both lose. Good day, sir. No, I'm just joking. Even though that might be the case. I do believe the Cincinnati Bengals will get a win. It'll be close. It'll be ugly. It's not going to be sexy. But if there's a consolation prize for the Cleveland Browns, I do believe that Myles Garrett will get that sack against Joe Burrow, because that Cincinnati offense is horrendous. And they are honestly, I think Joe Burrow has a better chance of not getting sacked if he actually lined up all the dinosaur bones that he bought for his offensive linemen. If he just lined them up in front of him, I think he might have a better chance of not getting sacked in that game if he did that. So, David, I would rather the Steelers in the playoffs than the Ravens. That's fair. To be honest with you, I don't think you can go either. I think it would still be fun to see either Rodgers make the playoffs and potentially go on a run, or Lamar. But to each their own. But I don't disagree with you. A tie would be funny. That'd be hilarious. Would be freaking hilarious. But I do believe the Bengals just have just enough to get a win. This one is a given. I'm never going to really talk about it. All right? Come on. Packers are going to win. All right? Don't worry about it. All right? Please win. For the love of God, just please win. All right. Moving on to the next one here. Whoa. There we go. I'm going to say it, man. I think even though both of these teams are not great, I would not be surprised if the other team won, but I am going to go with the Dallas Cowboys getting the victory. Go, Pack, go. Yeah. All right. Looks like the third quarter is about to start, so we're going to speed run the rest of these here. So, Jaguars get a win over the Titans. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than many people think, but it is going to finish with a win for the Jags there. So, boom, boom, and look at that. Boom. All right. So, starting at the top here. Whoop. There we go. I believe, and maybe this is hopeful thinking, but I do believe the Colts will get their first victory in about a month and a half. Old Man Rivers goes off into the sunset with a victory. I hope that's the case. Next, the Bills will beat the Jets here, and that's not going to be too much of a surprise. Next, I do see Detroit actually getting an upset over Chicago here, sending Chicago into a little bit of a tailspin heading into the playoffs. Whittington catches it inside the 10 to the 15 to the 20, 25, and breaks another tackle to the 30, 35, 40, 44 is where Whittington is going to go out of bounds. All right. Next, a little bit of an upset. I think the Chargers beat the Broncos. Look at that. Next, another, I don't want to say an upset. I think the Chiefs have enough to win against the Raiders. I think Pete Carroll might get fired or just retire and be like, nah, I'm not doing this. So, next, Rams get a victory. We'll see if they can get a victory tonight, but they get a victory over the Cardinals. And then finally, the Patriots with a victory over the Dolphins. And Stafford dropping back. He sacked for the Falcons on the first play of the third quarter, able to bring down Matthew Stafford, man. Woo! All right. So we still got 2 more games to talk about. I will do those in the commercial break here. So, we're back. I disagree. Bears win. It's fair enough. Fair enough. I think I'm just hopeful that they lose. But I think Detroit is, I don't know. I think Dan Campbell is going to have those guys motivated. It's going to be a throw over the middle. Puka Nacua getting it down near the 47. I like it. I like it. All right. Hey, we got 7 people watching right now on a Monday night, man. Let's go, man. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please, if you have a chance, like the video, subscribe. It helps out the video, helps out the channel a ton. It's a great free way to support me, man. 3rd and 6. Stafford looking, pump, running to his right, running out of time, and unable to find Ferguson there. The rookie tight end, unable to handle that one. And it'll be 4th and 6 here. And the Rams. Oh boy, man. They're being aggressive here, man. So on 4th and 6 from their own 49-yard line, they are going for it. Stafford in the shotgun, takes the snap, pressure, steps up in the pocket, delivers one to the 35, 30, 20, 15. And it's a first down for the Rams. And that is one of their return specialists there, Smith, catching one over the middle and getting it inside the red zone. Detroit has a chance, enough to give me hope, but I don't know. It will be a fun game to watch. It should be. I agree. I think Detroit, hopefully they can get their offense back on track. When their offense is fine, when it's on track, I feel like they're one of the best teams in the NFL. I think their defense is not what it was, but they're dealing with a lot of injuries. Run to the left side, and Kyron Williams good for about 2. I wish I subscribed more than once. Your content is worth it. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, dude. Ooh. Uh-oh. We got an injured Falcon on the field here. He looks like he's kind of holding on to that left leg. And that is Brandon Dorless. And he was actually the guy that sacked Stafford early in this quarter. So, yeah, hopefully Dorless is okay. I'm actually looking for an update on Blake Corum because right now, man, the Rams have a nice 1-2 punch with him and Williams, but it looks like Blake Corum and safety Jaleel McCullough is they're both questionable to return, so not a big update there. All right, final predictions here. We're gonna polish this one off. There's only two teams here that we're gonna talk about, so this will be pretty quick. So we're gonna go with the Eagles getting a win over the Commanders, and Dorless is unable to put any kind of pressure on that left leg, man. So that's not great. And then finally, I believe the Steelers will get it done against the Ravens. I just trust Aaron Rodgers and that offense a little bit more right now, even without DK Metcalf. All right, Stafford sets up a screen on the left side to the 15, and woo! Oh, man, what a freaking tackle, holding him to just 1 yard, and that is Xavier Watts, the rookie. Already has an interception, and then ends up blowing up this play here. That is a heck of a tackle there by the rookie. I like that one. All right, we got 3rd and 7, ball at the 12. Stafford looking, pressured, and down he goes for another sack. Back at the 18, and the Falcons are on fire right now. And that's not only is that the veteran, but the former Los Angeles Ram, Leonard Floyd, able to get to Matthew Stafford on that one. I think also Floyd, former Chicago Bear, man, he's been bouncing around the league for a while. Always kind of productive. Always productive. All right. The Rams are going to choose to kick a field goal here to get some points on the board. And they do. Still down by 3 possessions, but they finally are able to avoid a shutout in this freaking game. Even I'm calling it. They go for the field goal and miss it. Oh. It did arrive. But they did make it. So, a good sign for the Rams there. Never mind. Hey, wishful thinking. There we go. Exactly. Uh-oh. What if the Falcons get a TD? 28-3. I'm not going to lie, man. I hope it happens. If we can get to 28-3, we already got a pick 6. If we get 28-3, I'm just saying, man. Just saying. That'd be hilarious. The amount of memes that would happen. Actually, be even better if 28-3 is the final. Oh, okay. Man, guys, the Falcons are so behind. How could they ever win this one, Dave? Do you see Atlanta coming back? I don't think so, man. I think the Falcons. I think they've been cooked, man. It's over. Dude, that cut by Robinson, man, nasty, dude. All right, Kick is away, caught right at the goal line to the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, and across the 30-yard line. And oh, the returner ends up taking out one of his own teammates, man. That was a nasty, gnarly hit from behind. All right, we got 1st and 10 here. Ball at the 32. Kirko in the pistol. Hands it off to Robinson. Able to bounce it to the right side. Makes a man miss. He's to the 40. He's to the 50. It's a... Woo! He's finally brought down, but not before crossing the 40-yard line of the Rams. Robinson nearly broke another one here, man. Look at this handoff. He makes a man miss. Looks like he's going to cut it inside. Looks like he's going to be brought down. And there's two guys there, number 48 and number 2, not even able to get a hand on him. And then he just accelerates. Wow. All right, ball at the 37 here. Kirk in the pistol. Robinson gets the catch there on the right side. Nice little swing pass. And he is held up for a gain of 2 down to the 35. Falcons are cooking. Yeah, man, the dirty birds are dancing right now, man. All right, we got 2nd and 8, ball at the 35. Kirk in the shotgun. Hands it off to Robinson. And he looks exhausted, man. Ends up just tripping and losing the 2 yards that he picked up. Yeah, to be honest with you, they should have probably put him on the sidelines after that big run. We got 3rd and 9. Kirk in the shotgun. And there's going to be... Oh, there's an early flag. I think this might be on the Falcons for either false start. Dave, now I am mad. We can't have a Rivers versus Cousins Super Bowl. Best we can do for Grandpa Bowl is Cousins versus Rodgers. Gotcha. Let me see here. I'm trying to think. The Falcons are eliminated, aren't they? Because they can't go to the playoffs. But yeah, yeah. Third and 14, finding someone over the middle, and the Falcons are picking up about 4 yards there. That is to Silas. So after that great run by Robinson, it looks like Atlanta is going to have to settle for either a long field goal or a punt here. All right, actually, they're going for a long field goal here, man. Zane Gonzalez, the former Washington Commander. Oh, actually, sorry about that, guys. I forgot to move the ball over for a little bit. My apologies. 56-yarder, and it is good. Well, then I'm irked by that too. I get that 44 is old for a quarterback, but 44 isn't really grandpa age. 44 isn't that old. So maybe not, but actually, Phillip Rivers is a grandpa. His oldest, I think it's his daughter, gave birth to a I think a boy a couple of months ago. So technically, Philip Rivers is a grandpa. Yeah, 44 is. I mean, in sports and professional sports, definitely old. Definitely old. I'm trying to think. Who was the oldest quarterback of all time? I can't remember if it's Sammy Ball. I know it's a guy that played like basically back in the 40s or 50s. The oldest quarterback ever was George Blanda. That was the other guy I couldn't think. I couldn't think of his name. I was like, there's one more guy besides Sammy Ball. But George Blanda, who played until he was 48 years old and retired in 1975. Yeah, I think he was. I think he played in the NFL for what was like 24, 25 years. George Blanda did. Yeah, he was playing like in like the early 50s. Fair enough. And George Blanda. There we go. There we go. Yeah, dude. Imagine being nearly 50 years old and you're still just slinging the rock. And there's a good chance he was throwing to guys that probably weren't even born when he went into the NFL or when he was playing professional football. He was probably at least 22, 23 years old when he started. All right, Gonzalez booting this one into the end zone, and the Rams will just take a knee for a touchback. I didn't use Google. Why would you assume I use Google? I use Google. I don't know, man. I think you just told on yourself. I didn't say anything. I didn't say. I was like, man, Eben with a Rolodex of information right there, man. All right, who is the youngest player of all time to ever play in the NFL? I'll give you 10 full seconds. All right, Stafford under center here. Ball at the 35. Handoff to Kyron Williams, and he is good for about 4 yards, getting it down to the 39. Yeah, so the Rams are continuing with that like 2 to 3 tight end set. Wait, what? I didn't hear that. Who is the youngest player to ever play in the NFL? Stafford play action, dumps it underneath. Kyron Williams picks up the first down, getting it down to the 49. So a nice pickup of 10. Adam Smith, age 18. And Stafford avoids a sack and throws it away. Incomplete. The pressure by Atlanta, man, has been pretty consistent since that final couple drives in the second quarter and all the way through the third here, man. We got 6:27 on the clock. Clock is stopped right now. 2nd and 2. All right, Stafford under center, single receiver to the right. Hands it off to Kyron Williams, breaking it to the right side, and he will be stopped a yard shy of the first. So this is according to Google. The oldest all-time youngest player ever was Jim Snyder, played in 1925 for the Milwaukee Badgers at the age of 16, though he played under the assumed name James Snyder in some accounts. Yeah, so the early NFL was a little bit of a lawless land. You kind of get away with paying some high school kids. Stafford looking, throws to the left side, finds Parkinson, and he is good for a first down and getting it down to the 26-yard line, it looks like. Stafford under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver on that left side. Play action. Looking. Throws it deep to the left. He's got a man in the end zone. Touchdown! Rams coming back here. Let's go. Gets it out to the rookie tight end, Terrence Ferguson, 27 yards through the air. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Is Atlanta letting another big lead slip through their hands here, man? And the extra point is good. All right. Rams looking a lot better here in the second. They've been able to score 10 points in the third. Wait, geez, I just looked up and the dude was 16 and 7 months. Yeah. Yeah, I think I remember reading about this. Basically, the coaches and or like the owner of the Milwaukee Badgers just paid a bunch of like local high school. Basically, they bought a high school team because he didn't. It was a really like apparently a really good high school team in Wisconsin, and there was like at least 4 or 5 players that were either high school or like playing in college. They weren't professional, and yeah, he just paid them for that game to be able to compete. I think they ended up getting caught. I think, but yeah, in the modern era, the youngest player is uh, Amobi Okoye, the defensive tackle that was drafted by the Texans back in 2007. He was 19 and 10 months. So yeah, when he was 12 years old, he spent 2 weeks in middle school. This is Okoye. At the age of 12, after spending 2 weeks in middle school, he tested into the ninth grade, and that's why he was able to basically, while he was so young, he was able to graduate early. I'm not gonna lie. I remember Okoye when he played. He didn't play like he was never like an incredible player, but he had a decent career uh, in terms of its length. I think he played, let's see here, 2007 to, so yeah, about 6 7 years basically. But yeah, man, it's wild. And Atlanta catching it inside the 10, able to return it across the 25 down to the 26. Eben, this might sound dumb, but does Wisconsin have a college football team? If not, who do you root for? They do. It is the Wisconsin Badgers. They are based out in Madison, Wisconsin, which is the capital of Wisconsin. Yeah, man. You've probably seen the mascot Bucky the Badger. I think he's almost more famous than the actual university or program itself. But yeah, Kirko under center here, single back in the backfield. Play action, looking, throws to the left. He's got a man wide open to the 45, and Darnell Mooney slips and falls, but able to get it down near the 47-yard line. Oh, there is a flag, though. We got a flag. It's going to be against the Rams. The ruling on the field is a catch. And it's going to be roughing the passer on Jawan Johnson there. So that's going to tack on an extra 15 yards. So the Falcons are going to be in Rams territory here. That was a hell of a throw there by Kirk Cousins. Ooh. All right, we got 1st and 10. Cousins under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver on that left side. Play action. Sets up a screen. Robinson catching it, breaks a tackle to the 35, to the 30, and that's where he's going to be wrapped up. Picks up about 6 or 7 on the catch. Cool flag. Yeah, man. Yeah, unfortunately, the Badgers have not been great the last couple of years. Their program, ever since the kind of like the new era that we're in college football, the Badgers have not really been able to, I guess, pay enough for good players to kind of go here. They've picked up some really good guys, but fortunately, it's been helping. It's been hurting the program the last couple of years. 2nd and 2. Bijan making a couple guys miss in the backfield and is going to pick up the 1st down. Wow, man. Wow. Looks like he was met basically a yard up the field and then able to muscle his way for a gain of 4. Six or 7. I'm trying my best to kill that meme, but it's not working. All right. Atlanta in a jumbo set here. Hands it off to Robinson, going to the right side, and he is good for about another 2-yard gain, getting it to the 23. All right, man. Clock is running. It is at 2:30 here. 2:30 in the 3rd. Kirk under center. Another handoff. This one to Tyler Algier. Running with some power. Gets it inside the 20 down to the 17. I like what the Falcons are doing here, man. They're slowing the game down just a little bit. Keeping that Rams offense that's on the sidelines. Do you ever see yourself doing a Q&A stream? I actually do. I did a couple of those last year, actually. But but yeah, this year, I think we'll probably be doing one just before the Super Bowl. Basically, it'll be kind of like a little bit of a preview. Hand off to the right, and Algier met in the backfield on that one. And that's going to force a 4th down for the Falcons. But yeah, no, we'll definitely be doing one because there's usually about a 2-week wait leading up to the Super Bowl. So we'll probably do one in between there. Plus, you never have to, you can always ask me any question on here too. All right. Zane Gonzalez was good from 56. This one from 37. And the kick is blocked. And it's picked up by the Rams. He's down the sideline to the 50, to the 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Jared Verse. Woo! Unfreaking believable. Wow. Absolutely insane. Falcons were about to go up by 17. 3 possessions. Kick gets blocked, and it's returned all the way for a freaking touchdown. And now it's a 1-possession game, baby. Holy cow. All right, extra point to make it a 7-point lead for the Falcons, and there it is. The Rams have outscored the Falcons 17-3 in the 3rd quarter. Horrendous blocking, dude. Half that line was falling asleep, apparently. Wow. David. Dave, all you have to say is that anyone who uses the sequential number meme that starts with a 6 and gets it put in the timeout, it will make it happen. All right. I don't know. I think if we do it enough, man, people are going to lose interest. They're going to be like, all right, this guy's doing it. We got to move on. And what I mean by that guy, I mean me. Yeah, they're going to take one look at me and they're like, yeah, it's no longer cool. It's no longer cool. Eben, counter, turnover counter, 3. David, all you have to do is kindly ask me to stop saying the meme. And it's going to be returned around the 25 there. So Atlanta going to try to slow down the Rams' momentum here because they are looking incredible right now. LOL, Eben, I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. No. We don't put people in timeouts just for making jokes or memes. We let things flow around here. I mean, if we banned people for doing bad jokes, man, I wouldn't be here. All right, 25 seconds left. Kirk looking, throws it underneath. Bijan able to get a 1st down, gain of 11 after the catch and run. And that'll likely be the final play of the 3rd. We head to the 4th with the Rams going on a 17-3 run against Atlanta. At one point in the 3rd quarter, middle of the 3rd quarter, it was 24-3. Since then, the Rams have looked incredible. Blocked kick, returned by Jared Verse for a touchdown, throwing up the peace sign to the Falcons sideline. And we got ourselves a game, baby. Let's go. Sorry. Had to text my mom here. Mom's feeling under the weather a little bit. But I was able to get my mom a cheese head when I went to Lambeau Field. She'd been wanting one of those for a long time. So I was finally able to get her one. There we go. There we go. David. Appreciate you, man. Woo! Look at that Falcon mascot, man. That is wild to do from the rafters. Does your mom ever watch your streams? She does, yeah. Yep. Usually when she's watching the Packer game, she'll try to have me on her phone every once in a while, just so just to check on us. Falcons, nice little screen there to the left side, and picks up about 2 yards down to the 40. Yeah, but like I feel like most moms, man, they like to be busy, and my mom likes to work. She likes to do some gardening and all the good stuff. So always staying active. Also got Rams players being escorted off the field there. That's Landman, who's been really coming on this year. Nate Landman. So we got 2nd and 7 here for Atlanta. Kirko in the pistol, hands it off to Robinson. And he is going to be able to pick up about 4, maybe 5 there on the carry to the left. I should say hello in the chat when she joins. I don't know if she has her own account. I think she just, logs on to YouTube or gets on YouTube. All right, Kirko looking, throws it into double coverage there. It's lucky he didn't get picked off on that one. All right, Falcons, it looks like they're going to punt this one away. And again, the Rams with all the momentum. Yeah, I mean, there's a great coverage down the field. I think Robinson was looking for a flag there. And Atlanta does not have this one blocked. Caught at the 9, missing the tackle, and able to get it to the 20 there. That is Smith. He's also looking for a flag. Dude, how many injuries have the Rams picked up in this game, man? Also, David, I don't know, man. You might have jinxed the Falcons, man. Not blaming you. I'm just saying correlation. That's actually a good question for you guys. Who do you think should win the MVP this year? Because right now they're saying Matthew Stafford was the leader coming into this game, but I'm like, I don't know, man. Stafford throws to the right side. Puka Nakua gets about 7 yards on that one. Well, I did pick the Rams to win, so that's why. That's why. You know what? I respect it. That's 3D chess right there. You're like, I mean, it would be very unfortunate if the Falcons somehow, some way, found a way to blow the lead, you know? All right, 2nd and 3, ball at the 27. Hand off to Williams. He's loose to the 35, to the 40, 45, and down near the 49. Kyron Williams able to break one to the right side. And they're going to be near midfield here. Stafford, little play action. Throws underneath, gets it out to Parkinson, who fights for about a gain of 8. I think your mom should win MVP. If not her, Drake May actually has some stats to back him winning up. You know what, man? You're right, man. I agree with you, man. Shout out to the moms out there, man. The real MVPs. Oh, Doorless, man. It looks like he has a serious leg injury, a knee injury right there. He was unfortunately very emotional getting carted off the field into the locker room. Run to the right. Williams picks up the first down, and they are well within Falcons territory now. Eben back, y'all, eating a tomato. LOL, like an apple. You know what? I respect it. Throw a little salt and pepper on there. I can see it. I like cucumber with a little bit of lime and salt. So good. So good. All right, we got 1st and 10, ball at the 35. Stafford in the shotgun, running back to his left. And Parkinson picking up about 2 on that one. Short little catch. Eben, sounds like a messy endeavor. Did you add any pepper or Mrs. Dash seasoning to it? Mrs. Dash, huh? Nah. Eben's like, no. All that stuff masks the flavor. Want to get the full tomato. All right, Stafford in the shotgun. Looks like there's a little bit of confusion. Gets it out to Puka Nacua, and that'll be incomplete, man. Puka selling out for that one, diving for it, and nearly able to haul it in. Just a simple go route. Oof. I think if Stafford kind of put a little extra air or maybe threw it towards the sideline just a little bit, I think Puka would have been able to haul that one in. Stafford mishandles the snap. It's going to be picked up by Atlanta and returned to the 40. We do have a flag on the field, and we're going to see if this is the fourth turnover of the game, the third for the Falcons. But it was a little bit of an errant snap. Stafford tried to one palm it with his, I believe, his left hand. Did not get a hold of it, and the ball just loose as a goose, and it's going to be on the Falcons. And that is a huge freaking break by the Rams. For the Rams, I should say. What? I don't know, man. I don't know about that flag. I felt like he was moving basically around when the ball was moving. All right, 3rd and 3. Stafford under center. Hands it off. Kyren cannot get much on that one. Maybe picked up a half a yard. And that is Jesse Bates along with somebody else there being able to bring him down for a short gain. David. All right, the Rams are not going for a field goal here. They are trying to tie this game up here. 4th and 2. Quick throw, and it's intercepted again. It's intercepted to the 30, to the 40, 45, 50. He's got blockers, and he tiptoes all the way down. Xavier Watts, pick 6. Unbelievable touchdown, Atlanta with 9:04 left in the game. I am sorry that I'm yelling, but holy freaking cow. We're going to see if he stepped out of bounds, man. It was close, but holy freaking cow, man. Either way, it's an interception. The rookie, 2 interceptions, undercutting the route, jumping the route, I should say. The Rams, instead of kicking a field goal, trying to cut this lead down, they risk it, and it gets picked off and potentially goes for a touchdown here. There is a flag. I think it might be excessive celebration or maybe unsportsmanlike conduct. We'll see. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds. The interception does count, but ruling on the field is that the runner stepped out of bounds. It will be Atlanta's ball at the spot. After the play, we have unsportsmanlike conduct on the bench where an official ran into a coach. 15-yard penalty, 1st down, Atlanta. All right. So he stepped out at the Rams 43, but because one of the Falcons coaches was in the zone where he should not have been, a referee ran into him. So that'll be a penalty on Atlanta, so that moves it back at their own 42. So even when the Falcons win, they lose just a little bit. Hand off to Bijan to the right side, and he fights his way down near the 47. Ha ha ha. What? Oh, man. Luckily, you didn't miss a second one. It was close. It was close. Even turnover count, 4. You know what, man? The ball don't lie. To me, I thought that that approach. Oh, hold on. Holy cow. I'm dying. So that yelling. I thought the penalty on the Falcons that wiped away the fumble was a little bit ticky-tacky in my opinion. Handoff to Robinson. Gets it down to the 50. There's a, looks like Puna forward without a helmet there. So, to me, that should not have been a penalty on Atlanta. The fumble should have stood. And sometimes the ball doesn't lie, man. 2 plays later, Stafford throws a pick on 4th down. Holy cow. Midway through the tomato, it tasted really funny. Oh, no. David, no. All right, we got 3rd and 2 here. Kirko in the shotgun. They're willing to throw it. All right. Throws it over the middle, and it's nearly intercepted by Curl. The Rams nearly. Also, why are you not running the ball? Like, I don't care if the Rams have 12 guys on the line. Like, run the ball. It's 3rd and 2. Man, dude, the Falcons are a strange, strange franchise. And it'll be fair caught at the 11. So, second time today that the Falcons get a turnover in but are unable to get anything out of it. Did you eat the stem too? Man, what are these teams doing? I don't know, man. Not the stem, though. I got real close, though. My plan was to eat the whole thing. Oh, man. You're a funny dude, man. Did you wash the tomato first? Forgot to ask that. Man, the Falcons are a strange group, man. Like, you have one of the best running backs in the NFL, one of the most versatile running backs. And not only do you not give him the ball on the run, okay, I can kind of deal with that, but you keep him inside to block, which luckily they did because there was a blitzer that came right up the middle, but there was still a blocker there that could have taken that guy. Why are you not using Bijan in some way to catch a pass? Like, to me, on 3rd and 2, Bijan Robinson 9 times out of 10 in this game should have the ball in his hands somehow, whether that's running the ball or somehow catching it and running it. Like, okay. All right, don't forget. Always wash your fruits and vegetables, man. Don't forget. Don't forget. Definitely. Definitely. All right, we got 7:28 here, basically halfway through the fourth quarter. It's going to be a run up the middle. Williams breaks loose and goes off for some big yardage there. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rams. Wasn't thinking. It's all right, man. It's 10:40 for me p.m. Woo! Yeah, you were a trooper, my man. All right, we got 1st and 10 here. Finds a wide open Williams to the left. Picks up some more yardage and a big 1st down catch and run by Kyren Williams. Atlanta looked like they had 7 guys on defense. What the heck is going on here, man? Just wide open. All right, Stafford takes the snap, looking, throws it over the middle, and that's going to be to Kyren Williams again, man. Been active in this drive early. Picks up about 6 yards on that one. No, not a trooper, just a high. Fair. That's fair. You didn't get certified? Come on, man. Okay. Thought I saw a badge. I was like, you know what? Probably a trooper. All right. Handoff. And this one is going to pick up the 1st down. And this is the 3rd string running back there, Rivers. Ronnie Rivers, man, out of Fresno State, undrafted back in 2022. Bounced around 3 teams that same year in 2022 before landing with the Rams, and he's been with the Rams since then. So, all right. Stafford, play action. Looking, launching one deep to the left. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. Sorry. It's going to be caught by Puka Nacua in the end zone. It's a touchdown, but we do have a flag. And it's going to be holding on the Rams, and that wipes away Puka's touchdown there. All right, so Puka Nacua on the sidelines here. It'll be 1st and 20 from the 49 for the Rams. Nice little delayed handoff, and Williams able to get it down near the 50. And we got 4:30 left in this game. This game is coming down to the wire. Stafford dropping back, throws over the middle, finds a wide open tight end. Parkinson able to break a couple tackles, and he's going to pick up about 16 of the 18 that they needed, setting up a 3rd and short. All right, 3rd and 2. Ball at around the 33-yard line. Delayed handoff up the gut. And Kyron Williams breaks the tackle to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. And down he goes near the 10-yard line. That's what Atlanta should have done on 3rd and 2. All right, 1st and 10 from the 11. Quick throw to the right side. Puka Nacua with some blockers, and he is going to be into the end zone. Touchdown, LA. Wow. Down from 24-3 and have scored 21 unanswered. Oh, sorry, 20 unanswered points. We'll see what the extra point has in store for us here. Might have left a little too much time for Atlanta, but either way, man, this is an impressive comeback by the Rams. Kick is up, and it's right down the middle, and we got ourselves a tie game with 2:46 left in the game. Yeah, it was basically just a little bit of a little bubble screen out there. Got some blockers, Smith, Parkinson, and then just able to get to the edge. Terrible freaking tackle attempt by the, I think it was the safety. Let's see here. Number 39. He's actually the guy that also missed the tackle on Kyron that got the Rams to that 11. Basically the play before. So Henderson missed the tackle on Kyron, got a big gain there down the left sideline, and then just tries to shove Puka Nacua out of bounds instead of tackling him. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, but if I'm Henderson's positional coach, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? like, do you want to be on the field or not? All right, kick is away. It's muffed, but it's in the end zone, so it's a touchback. All right, 2:46 here. Kirko under center, single back in the backfield. Play action, pressure, gets it out, and is nearly intercepted, dude. Kirk just tossed that one up for grabs. There was no Falcon that had a chance at it, but there were 2 Rams that had a chance at it, man. Cousins nearly just throwing the game away. Great pressure by Kobe Turner from that left side. All right. Kirk in the shotgun, running back to his right. Finds Kyle Pitts. Might be a first down. It was a weird catch, man. He kind of landed on top of the ball. We'll see if the ball was actually caught or if it was one of those where he kind of dropped it, but you couldn't really tell because he landed on top of the ball. All right, it's a catch, it looks like. 1st and 10, ball at the 46 here. Kirk in the pistol. 2 minute warning, man. 2 minute warning. Unbelievable, man. We came into this second half with the Atlanta Falcons with all the momentum. Their offense was looking great. Bijan Robinson was up near 138 was his total yardage. 2 turnovers by the Rams. Obviously, failing to get a first down on 4th and 2 early in the game. And then obviously down 21-0. And since then, man, it's been the Rams the entire freaking way. Oh heck yeah, dude! We picked up a subscriber during this game. Heck yeah, dude! Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. We're at 164, man. Holy cow! I love it, man. We're climbing up, man. We're climbing up, slowly but surely. Oh, David, cheerleaders, cheerleaders. I gotta give it to the Falcons and the Rams, man. This is the final game of 2025, and they're showing out. Handoff to Robinson, left side, gets it across the 50, down near the 48 of LA. Woohoo! Hey man, come on, Falcons. It's gonna come down to it, man. Clock is running. 1:30 on the clock. Kirko in the pistol. Handoff to Robinson again, making the man miss with a nice little stutter step, and will pick up 4 out of the 5 that they needed, setting up a 3rd and 1. Toss to the left. Bijan loose. Gets the first down. Goes out of bounds. Stopping the clock at 38 seconds. And the Rams are going to have to start using their timeouts here. This is still a pretty long field goal, but Zane Gonzalez has made it from 56. So that's roughly from the 38, and that's, I think, where Atlanta is, give or take a yard. All right, ball at the 35. Handoff Tyler Algier, and he is good for maybe half a yard. Even it would be better for the Falcons to try to get a TD here or risk it in overtime. I mean, at this point, if they can get into field goal range and then just eat up as much of this clock, then they're. I mean, they could win it with a field goal here, but I think they're definitely they don't want to put the ball in harm's way, basically. So they're going to be pretty safe. All right. Another run by Algier, and he's going to be wrapped up right around the line. Might have picked up a yard. And it looks like the Rams are going to use their second timeout here. All right, Rams stop the clock with 30 seconds left here. Atlanta with the ball near the 34. Tyler Algier up the gut, and he is good for another yard. And that's going to be a huge stop for the Rams. And Zane Gonzalez, he kind of got a little bit of a boost in popularity. I think what was it last year as a Washington Commander. He has a little bit of OCD, so he kind of goes through his routine where he kind of does a bunch of other stuff, but mostly he puts his tries to put his helmet on, brushes his hair, almost puts it on again, brushes his hair, and it's like apparently just like little ticks that he's been trying to manage for basically his whole life. But he was able to score a game winner for the Commanders last year in the playoffs. He's trying to do the same here with a 51-yarder for Atlanta with 25 seconds left. Snap, hold, kick, and it is right down the middle. Zane Gonzalez with ice in his veins gives Atlanta the lead again with 21 seconds left here on Monday night. Damn, that was a hell of a kick. Watch. Rams get a TD. Oh, man. And it'll be fair caught by Whittington in the end zone. So the Rams get the ball at the 35. Once again, they have no timeouts left. 21 seconds left. First and 10. Stafford looking, throws it deep to the right. He's got a wide open man, and he misses him. Oh, my God. He missed Smith. Nobody went with him. Nobody. Oh, my God, dude. If he hits him, that's a freaking touchdown. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Oh, man. Wow. Second and 10. 16 seconds left. Snap. And hold up. We got a timeout there. Atlanta using a timeout. Probably a good idea. They almost lost the game there. Wow, man. That was just a freaking miss by Matthew Stafford. Like, I don't care if he didn't run the exact route that you wanted. He got open. Oh, hold up. Sorry. I got to move the ball over here. All right, we got 16 seconds left. Matthew takes the snap. Looking, has time, throws it deep down the left. He's got a man, and it's a... No, it drops it. Tutu Atwell had a chance. It hit him in one hand. Could not get his left hand there to help it out. And it's going to be incomplete. Third and 10, 9 seconds left. How many times do the Rams need to have a guy that's borderline open? It was great coverage this time by Atlanta. Holy freaking cow, man. We got 8 people watching, man. Thank you so much. Please leave a like and subscribe. Otherwise, this game, holy cow, man. So Atlanta's going to burn the timeout here. Yeah, to me, that was a good no call. Even though Halford kind of got a little bit of a hold, he never truly grabs him. And on top of that, Atwell was definitely trying to, he wasn't fully extending his arm, but there was definitely some pushing to get some separation. So kind of evens out a little bit. Oh, man. All right, third and 10. 10 seconds left. Ball at the 35. Stafford still has enough arm to get it to the end zone, and it's going to be caught. Puka Nacua with an insane grab in Atlanta territory near Mevis's range. We're going to see. Was it a catch? Let me see here. Has one hand. One. Dragging the toe, and he's one palming that bad boy. That is a freaking catch. That is a freaking catch by Puka Nacua, catching it with his left hand. Has control of it. Has both toes in bounds. Wow. Ruling on the field is incomplete pass. New York is going to have to check this here, man. That is a freaking catch. Dang. Dang is correct. And I think they're saying he loses control when he hits the ground. Here, hold up. Control, 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 control. Feels like he's tucking it into his body. Play stands as called. Really? All right. 4th and 10. Apparently, that was not a catch, man. That was, I mean, that is as close as you can be. So, they have 5 seconds left. They can try to throw a short one to get the first down, but they need to either get out of bounds. Actually, that's their only option. They need to get out of bounds quickly within 5 seconds and then give Stafford the chance to kind of launch one into the end zone. But this is from right now, they're at the 35. All right, Atlanta uses their final timeout here. LOL, we going to get overtime? Unfortunately, no. This game doesn't want me to sleep. It does not. But unfortunately, it wasn't a freaking catch, man. Dude, that would have been an... Like, I know they showed the replays. I'm going to need to look at it again in my own time. But it looked like a freaking catch, man. I don't know. It's a moot point. We're at where we're at here. So 4th and 10 for the Rams. Literally Hail Mary time. Throws it incomplete. No time left on the clock. And the Falcons pull off the upset. And they get a freaking win on the final Monday night matchup of the season and the final game of 2025. And I forgot, this featured 2 quarterbacks that basically faced each other quite often in the NFC North. Obviously, Stafford with the Lions, Kirko with the Vikings. Wow. All right. Rams fall to 11-5, and the Falcons able to get a little bit of momentum heading into their final game of the season next week. Let's go! A moo point. Let's get the cows in the chat. Stegosaurus, don't go moo. It's a moo. If anybody has ever watched Friends, one of the characters, he's like, it's a moo point. And they're like, a moo point? He's like, yeah, it's like a cow's opinion, it doesn't matter. So I know it's a moot point, but I don't know. I'd like to say moo. Actually, wait, what do Stegosauruses say? They say, go Pack, go, baby. That's what they say, right? Let's go. Oh, heck yeah. That's exactly what... Let's go. But yeah, man, what a freaking game, man. It looked like it was going to be a blowout win for Atlanta. Then, obviously, the Rams able to tie it up late in the 4th. Had all the momentum. Outscored the Falcons 24-3. But Atlanta able to build enough of a lead early that all they needed was a freaking field goal to win. Stafford missed a couple throws on that final drive. Nearly had an incredible one-handed catch by Puka Nacua down the right sideline that would have gotten them in field goal range to potentially send this one into overtime if Mevis was able to make an attempt, but not the case. So LA loses one. They are officially going to be, I think, the sixth seed at this point. I don't think they can jump the Falcons. Sorry, the 49ers if the 49ers do lose next week against Seattle. But yeah, man. And that just sets up a great matchup for the Seahawks and the 49ers. And as well, because Atlanta wins, it is a winner take all for the Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers as well. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Segasaurus say, go Pack, go. Also, go Wildcats. K-State, let's go, baby. Roll Tide, roll Tide. Guys, can I just say, I would not have spent this afternoon any other way than with you guys watching the Rams and Falcons. Keep it close. Heck yeah, brother. Heck yeah, man. I'm glad you're here, my man. I'm glad you joined the channel, and I'm glad you're having a good time with us, man. We appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, man. Thank you for being part of the community that we're trying to build here on the channel, man. So thank you. Also, shout out to David as well, man. Always here. Appreciate you, man, too. Appreciate you. But but yeah, man. Wild finish to Monday night. And I think I was looking back at how many videos I've done, how many live streams I've done, play-by-play live streams. I think so far I've done 80 live streams. I think it was like 82 or 83. This might have been 84 for this season. So just insane, man. And by the end of it, by the time we get to the Super Bowl, we'll probably getting pretty close to 100 live streams this season. So yeah, we're going to keep it going, man. Oh, and I completely forgot, man. I've been wearing this shirt here. I should probably maybe stand up a little bit. Hold up. I'm not a coach. Forgot to mention that, but yeah, somebody in my family made this shirt for me, kind of as like a, one to kind of wear and show around. But on top of that, hopefully next season I might try to do some merch, some T-shirts, maybe some hats, stuff like that. Once again, always an option. You don't need to be buying anything to watch any of this stuff. So, but yeah, I'll think about it, especially if people are interested as well. So, but yeah, I thought that was really cool. That was one of my Christmas gifts from one of my family members, man, making a shirt for me. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to see what I can do. Obviously, I want it to be very specific in terms of its design and everything like that. But I got some ideas, and that's something I'll be working on during the off season as well, along with trying to create some other content for you guys when there isn't any football going on. Trying to do some like it's not a film room. Some more of those. I have one of those on the channel. I'm gonna try to do more of those in the off season. So yeah, and some hangouts too. Some Monday night, maybe some Friday night hangouts. Just kind of picking an afternoon, or maybe like kind of around lunchtime, and then maybe something in the later afternoon, maybe a little bit after dinner. So, but as we get closer to the off season, I'll be kind of clamping down on when to do those and stuff like that. But yeah, man. David, that's awesome. Either that or they are just sick of trying to tell their kids how to play their game. That's fair. That's fair. Oh well, at least Saturday looks like quite the important set of matchups. I know, man. Two games that will be that will have some massive implications. We're definitely gonna try. There's a good chance we'll be able to do both games on Saturday. I do need to check when I get out of work. I work on Saturdays, unfortunately, but usually I'm out by like around 2 or 3. So But yeah, so I will definitely let you guys know in the coming days whether we'll be able to get 2 games on Saturday. Hopefully we can, because obviously some massive implications for that early game. If you don't mind telling us, what do you do for work? Oh, I just work in retail, man. Nothing too crazy. Retail. Um, yeah, so it was. I had another job at some point. I was working in an office, but being able to do this has been being able to do the job that I have now. One, pays the bills, and I'm able to do that, but it also gives me the flexibility to start this as well. So yeah, I was doing the regular 9 to kind of 9 to 5 thing, kind of for a little bit, but it was really wasn't working with what I wanted to do. So, but yeah, this is hopefully something I can do for full time in the few years. But regardless, man. Man, dude, the Falcons, they had a little bit of a scare, man. A little bit of a scare, but they got it done. But yeah, man. So let me see. Let me check the NFL schedule right here for a second. So this coming week, which is going to be the first games, are going to be starting on the on the 3rd of January. So obviously next year. So we got 2 games that day: Carolina, Tampa Bay. That'll be at 3:30 Central Time. It'll be on ABC, ESPN, and then Seattle, San Francisco at 7, ABC, ESPN. So you should be able to watch that on your local ABC station. And then the rest of them are all going to be the very next day on Sunday. So we'll be doing Green Bay, Minnesota. That's going to be the early game. Let me see here. I'll have to see which game in the late afternoon we're going to be able to watch. I'm looking at the Rams, Arizona, maybe Philly, Washington. Neither, to be honest, none of those games seem too exciting to me. I would have loved if they flexed Chicago, Detroit into one of those late games, because I feel like that would be a better matchup. And then obviously we'll finish off the week with Baltimore going to Pittsburgh to try to see if they can snatch that AFC North stream there, man. So thanks for the stream, Dave. I will catch you next year. Man, all the way over there, man. What did I do? Can I offer you a cookie to come back? How about a half drank bubbler? Can I offer you that? For a full year, man, I'm not gonna see you. Come on. But yeah, man, this is gonna be obviously the last stream of the year, man. I'll see you guys on January 3rd. So I will hope you guys have a great freaking New Year's, man. Stay safe, have fun. I hope you're surrounded by the people that you love on that day as well. And yeah, me, I will probably be sleeping before the ball drops, man. I have the last couple of years, I have not wanted to stay up. I'll accept your cookies. All right, man. All right. Let me see here. Hold on. All right. I'm gonna feed you. I'm gonna feed you piece by piece through the camera. All right. Ready? Open your. Open up. All right. Oh yeah, enjoy New Year's. I'll be launching some fireworks myself. Let's go, Seastrom. Heck yeah, brother. Let's go. Let's go. Also, what fireworks are you launching, man? Is it like one of those big giant ones, or is it more of like what you can find like at a fireworks stand? Let me know. Let me know. Hey man, I won't see you till next year. Dang, dude. A whole year, man. Well, man, good luck with school. Good luck with your summer, man. And I'll see you next fall, I guess. Wow, spot on. Right. Hey, here we go. Look at that. Oh man, dude, you guys are freaking awesome. See you. Stay safe. Heck yeah, man. Once again, I'll see you guys on Saturday. I will let you know before Saturday whether we'll be able to do Carolina, Tampa Bay. Hopefully, we should. But either way, man, thank you so much, man. You guys have been rocking. Almost all of you guys have been rocking with me for more than a year, and for some of our new guys like Eben, man, thank you so much for joining the community that we have here, and we're gonna keep building it, man. On to 2026, man. Hopefully, it's bigger and better than 2025. Seastrom, I got 95 shot box. I'm trying out for the first time, and this other one that's a couple of shots, a fountain and more. Ooh, heck yeah! I like it, man. Heck yeah! Be safe, my man. Be safe. Hope you enjoy it, and hope on top of that, we never talk about food for New Year's. Get yourself some good food for New Year's, man. All right. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys. I will catch you guys next week for another one. It'll be 2026. And once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Go Pack, go.